Having the QR ordering system was definitely so much more useful for us because we didn't need one person running around everywhere. My name is Heidi. I am 22 years old and I am the owner of Kafe Sarawak Johor. I would say we needed a lot more manpower on the floor. When we first opened, I was doing the cashier, I was taking the orders, I went to the kitchen and made the food. I had to go back to the front and we just had to run around all the time. And obviously, it was really hard for us to find manpower right after MCO. A lot of people were looking for jobs, but some people weren't willing to commit. We started losing a bit more staff as well. So we needed to find a way to sustain it a bit better, and having the QR ordering system was definitely so much more useful for us because we didn't need one person running around everywhere getting orders and everyone asking why it's so slow for you to take orders and everything. So that definitely helped us a lot, yeah. Oh my god, the wrong orders are endless. We had to even make a sheet for us to keep track of the wrong orders because sometimes, for example, if I'm the only one on the floor and I have to take orders for so many people, I don't even write it down anymore because there's no time. I just need to memorize the orders. And there is only so much my brain can take. I can take, I would say, maximum up to 15 orders at one time. And if it goes more than that, the orders are just gonna get all mixed up. So there was a lot of problems with that and wastage of food from the wrong orders, and customers would be upset about it. We don't need that many people on the floor. The customers are independent enough to scan the QR and order online and everything. And I've noticed that the system for EasyEat is a lot easier to use compared to some others, because I have been to restaurants where you have to order through QR, which is fine, but their algorithm of their website is a bit harder for you to move around in it. So I would say EasyEat is one of the ones that I find the most convenient for me to use. And now that there's an app, obviously that makes it even better for everyone. There are customers, don't get me wrong, the older ones, they're like, I don't want to use my phone. And I'm like, it's fine, I guess. But majority of our customers will not even ask us to go to them, and we will know that they just want to order with QR. People have become like introverts after MCO. They don't want to talk to people anymore. They just want to scan and order and be on their own. And I would say that our cafe is one of the places that is very welcoming to people who eat on their own. I have noticed so many of our customers would come alone and eat alone. I would say we bring them a comforting feel, so they also want to keep it to themselves as well. We met one of your, name is Wasim, I think. We met him a while back. We just stumbled upon it and we had a meeting, and it was with me and my dad. And he told us about how their technology is just different from others. And we saw how it was being implemented. And one of the things that I would say my cafe and even my event space is trying to aim for is to be able to go fully digital. We want to strive to be one of the first few that would approach for that. Even though there are other places who want to do that. And I feel like EasyEat was very promising with what our vision was with everything. Wasim was very convincing with wanting to show us that they can keep up with what we want to give as well. I think it was just more of us talking ideas and talking things about technology and everything, and he gave us a very good vision of what EasyEat can bring on the table for us. So that was definitely one of the things that made us want to join as well. A lot. Honestly, their back office has been very useful for us to use, because we have used other POS systems before. Their back office wasn't as informative or flexible as EasyEat's was, and I don't have to only go through the back office for me to see the reports for our food and whatnot. I could just go through the iPad itself, because I can see our top sales, and knowing our top items and food and menus that we are selling helps us project a lot for the next few weeks. And being able to just access that so easily, even with my phone, my laptop or anything, just makes it a lot easier for me to go through everything, and even adjusting menus, the price of menus, and turning it off on the system and everything is like very convenient for me compared to how it used to be. I would say a few, especially when we first implemented our EasyEat, because one of the things that Kafe Sarawak is very, very stuck by is that we have a lot of regulars. We have familiar faces all the time, people who we don't even need to go to them to get their orders. We already know what they're going to have because they have the same thing every time. And they definitely noticed that we changed our system immediately, and even then it was a lot easier for them as well because they don't have to call us to order, they just scan and then we see them and then they're like, yeah, it's okay, I paid through everything already. So most of the feedback comes from our regulars because they got used to it. They're like, oh my god, it's finally new and I can just sit back, not have to go out of my way to go anywhere else. I'm young, but we're pretty old school with how we have always done our stuff before. From before this, we manually take stock of everything. But the option for having an inventory in EasyEat, it helps us a lot with keeping track of what we are selling the most so we can know what we need the most. So the inventory list it was a whole thing. I had to learn a lot because getting used to new systems takes time, but it was very, very useful for us, definitely. Honestly, I would definitely, I have recommended it to some people because I did have some friends who wanted to start their own business or like a restaurant or anything, and they're like, do you know any POS systems? And I'm like, yeah, EasyEat's really good. And I have done that before because there is more communication between the EasyEat onboarding people and the customers as well, especially at the start. The training process and everything was a lot more convenient for me. Even now I have a group chat with there are EasyEat people who would give me advice on whenever we have problems and everything. They're very quick to address the matters. For any starting businesses, having this guide is very, very useful instead of having to figure everything out on your own, because I know what it's like to have to go through the whole process and read everything on your own. It's very, very hard. So to have people to just explain to you one by one, make sure you're okay, and have the after-sales support while we are in the process of opening was very, very